Does this change everything for K-pop?
Well, that's a bold statement in itself. No, I don't think it does.
Cue the intro.
We have decided that we're going to try something new. We wanted to sort of fill that hole in our lives that was left by the podcast that we had 2 years ago, and also talk about things in a more constructive, conversational way.
If you're new here and you're not already, make sure you press subscribe to become a subscriber, and also press the bell notification button next to it. I wanted to talk about the moment that is happening, and that is Blackpink.
Well, it's not happening yet, but it's that wave, we can see it and it is about to break. Wait, here's the situation. Lady Gaga released her song with Ariana Grande. It's already got more plays than Katy Perry's last release, and it's been out a day.
That's what happens when you get two queens collaborating.
There's this thing going around, I don't know if it's true, so I didn't bother to verify it, because if you're new to this channel, I don't verify things.
You just say them.
There was a screen grab of the music video, and apparently Blackpink are like cameoing.
I don't think that's true. I think that
I watched it again, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I watched it again, and then annoyingly I watched it several times because you said this to me, and I was like, well, I'm gonna now have to watch it and see if it's true. I don't think it's true. If you've got any other evidence, please supply the receipts in the comments so we can see. Rain on Me is, okay, first time I heard the song and saw the music video, two takeaways. One, I didn't really like the track, and two, I felt absolutely zero chemistry between Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga.
Okay, we're not here to discuss that.
However, after watching it several other times, it came out when I was half asleep, so I was watching that, and I thought the music video was sick. I just love Lady Gaga's like obsession with aesthetics and like telling a story. It
It wasn't as good a music video. Actually, that's a lie. It is sick. I feel like Chromatica is going to be an album of like. I think when Lady Gaga is around, you're used to like long stories like Bad Romance, like Telephone,
Alejandro,
Judas. They all had like really sick stories, and her last album didn't have many of the stories, to be fair.
She was trying to go for that more folk, country, west.
And where you going? In 10 days, Chromatica fully will release. So we've had two singles, Stupid Love and now Rain on Me. I have a gut feeling that the next... This is a coffee machine. Coffee break.
Chromatica is coming out soon. We know the track list, and on the track list, we've got some amazing songs. The name of the song that they are on is Sour Candy.
Which I already love. Well, first of all, I love sour candy. My favourite candy is sour. So I'm already excited, and I think Blackpink is sick. Politics aside. So I'm just excited in general. I can't wait.
How many songs? She's got 16 songs on here. I think some of them are like, you know, when you see like interludes and like little fun pieces, like 1,000 Doves doesn't appear to be a song.
Like Blackpink are caught in this eternal vortex of being newcomers because they don't release music. So they're actually, obviously, 4 years old as a group?
Well, I was trying to find out the actual date of their last release, and it wasn't last year.
2010?
Yep. Oh yeah, 2018.
That's 2 years ago. We're halfway through the year. It's June.
I just think it's so interesting that in 2018 we had the album. I remember because I was on holiday with my girlfriend at the time, and we were sitting by a pool, and it came on, and I was just listening to it. I was like, let's kill this love. Yeah. And that's when you saw it come on Love Island in the UK, and I was like.
That was a cultural reset for me.
Because Lady Gaga is huge, but likewise, if we're to look at some other K-pop groups that are breaking in the US that have collaborated with Western artists, which really places us with Monster X and BTS.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only ones that can really say are breaking in the US.
Like, BTS seems to just have features on their tracks, or they've been featured once or twice on Steve Aoki. But as far as it goes with other Western acts, they just welcome them onto their albums, whereas Blackpink seems to be being pushed as an artist to feature on Lady Gaga's album.
I think the phrase is a push artist. So there's MTV and the music awards always have like a push category, which if you look for a definition of, it's very difficult to find. Like, I don't know what a push artist is, but my understanding is where commercially an artist is new or has a push around it from the industry is nominated for that award. So with Blackpink, obviously, I feel like maybe, they would have known that this collaboration was in the work.
Sigrid in the UK was a push artist for a while then, because she was
Radio 1, they loved her.
Yeah, because they were like Radio 1, Sigrid.
And I can't help but feel there's going to be a big push around Blackpink now, because there was the rumour around Ariana that they would do a song with her. And obviously, the one about Gaga came out of nowhere, because I don't think anyone expected that.
Maybe Gaga was the collab, because obviously Ariana now is featuring on Gaga's album, so maybe there was some wires crossed, and maybe it actually was just supposed to be they were featuring on Lady Gaga track.
If you're going to collab with an artist, you can't get, like, you genuinely cannot get bigger than Lady Gaga.
No, I don't think you can. In South Korea.
My understanding of that is that they do so many fan meets that it's impossible to sell out every single one.
I think it's hard. So my point was, I don't know if Lady Gaga obviously was doing it from a tactical standpoint where, oh, these girls are up and coming. And I also want to consolidate my fan base in Asian countries where BLACKPINK resonate perhaps more than Lady Gaga does. So obviously this is like it's like when you see collaborations between YouTubers where they're like stronger in like US audiences than UK. So it makes sense. I think the album was, I think BLACKPINK's comeback has probably all been based around this Gaga
That's
collaboration.
what I will see about 5 minutes ago when I was saying that. That's what I meant. I was trying to get to that point, is that
they've known for a while, I think.
Well, of course, because they didn't just record this song last week, and Lady Gaga's release has been touted for over a year. So with BLACKPINK, obviously YG put everything on hold for this forthcoming release, and I can't imagine there would be an album for BLACKPINK in the next 2 months.
Oh, there'll be an album announcement. Like I typed in hashtag BLACKPINK on Twitter today. BLACKPINK comeback is trending at the moment, so
I just think it's genius from Lady Gaga's perspective, because
she's just a legend.
You can't hurt but having BLACKPINK on your album is not going to hurt the album at all.
I tweeted earlier saying, what are your thoughts? Does this change everything for K-pop? Is this the biggest K-pop crossover? Or have there been other collabs you care more for? So we're going to answer those questions first before I read your responses to that tweet. Does this change everything for K-pop?
Well, that's a bold statement in itself. No, I don't think it does.
I think BLACKPINK haven't really been positioning themselves massively in the Western markets as a K-pop group. I think they're just like, their Dua Lipa collab, like...
No, I
don't know, maybe they are.
I think that BLACKPINK are still an unknown. Like, if you talk, when we did the interviews on the high street, we were asking people about the Dua Lipa BLACKPINK collab, and they didn't know that happened. So I think the Dua Lipa collab worked more in Dua Lipa's favour than BLACKPINK's.
Oh, I think...
But I don't know, I just think that it's not changing anything for K-pop, because if anyone's changing anything for K-pop, first of all, they need to be releasing music for that to happen, so they haven't been.
But they will do.
They will, but you can't. I don't think you could put a crown on it. If the question was, does this change everything for BLACKPINK? I also think the answer to that is no. I do think it sets them up for success when there was a lot of doubt over whether or not they were even going to have a comeback.
I think the only thing that will change in America after this for BLACKPINK is you'll see them at award shows. They'll just be going, like, they'll just be expected to go.
Have they been to any yet?
Are they going to be in Korean or is it going to be in English?
It's going to be heavily English with a Korean rap. The expectation is going to be that it's a pure pop song. It's got candy in the name.
I already know.
Oh, I already feel like...
I already know, right?
I started salivating.
You're going to have Lady Gaga leading it, obviously, and then there'll be the first you won't have vocals really in there. They'll just be supporting, like Sia did on with BTS. They'll just be supporting Lady Gaga's vocals, and harmonising with her. But what you'll see is Jennie and Lisa doing their own little raps together, and the voices will really... That's it. Because how do you get 5 voices?
So the expectation is Korean rap verse, obviously, because it would be a shame to have a K-pop group collab with you and not have a Korean rap.
Lady Gaga's not stupid. She wouldn't do that either.
And I think if people are predisposed to dislike rap, because some people just don't like rap, whatever, then having it in Korean really doesn't harm that. And I think having it in Korean adds that extra element of like, well, this is interesting, this is different. Really expecting an overproduced, pure pop, like in your face, super. It's called sour candy, so I just want something that's gonna be like anthemic and like pop pop pop.
Candy, like cute, sour. That was my impression. Is this the biggest K-pop crossover? I actually believe that this probably, like Idol, BTS and Nicki Minaj was a moment, but the track wasn't really pushed. Whereas Halsey, BTS, Boy with Love was a really big moment, and likewise,
and performed well.
And Who Do You Love? Monster X, French Montana, was also a massively successful track. So
I think the less said about On, the better. I love the song On, and I love Sia, and I just think it's a shame that whatever happened...
Wait, Blinks are here, they don't want to hear us talking about
it. Oh yeah. Well, no, we just talked about crossover.
I'm gonna get that.
It's hard to say. We won't know to actually... I mean, in terms of artist, genuinely, and I'm not saying this, I'm not biased to Lady Gaga, no K-pop artist has collabed with an artist of Lady Gaga's size.
Caliber.
It depends on this song could just be a bit like what Dua Lipa did, and it was like a B-side and it wasn't pushed. But I kind of have this suspicion that I think it's going to be pushed.
But then realistically, are you really going to have... No, it's not actually going to be pushed, because you've had a collab with, like...
Not yet, maybe.
Stupid Love, Rain On Me, which was one with a collab. Are they really going to go for another single? Like, all the singles have been released now.
No, they haven't.
You're not, in the next 10 days you're going to get another single?
There'll be a single with the actual album release. Right.
I don't know. I just don't think you're going to get another track.
Oh no, you're so wrong. Like Lady Gaga makes like 7 singles from an album.
I don't think we're going to see a big push on the track from Gaga's side. I think obviously we'll see a lot of noise made about it from Blinks and BLACKPINK, and rightfully so. Like
where it was driven solely, like it charted solely for the fact that the Blinks were making such a
but like rightfully so. Like this is an amazing moment. You guys have said, this is from Imogen. She says, I love Lady Gaga and I love BLACKPINK, so I'm really excited to hear it. Considering BLACKPINK haven't had a comeback in over a year, I'm excited to see them again, as this is essentially the song before their comeback in June. Oh, is June being confirmed then?
See, that's what I mean. I'm so detached in quarantine. I'm so detached from what is actually confirmed to be happening.
Will we get choreography, seeing as they're supposed to perform it together at Coachella? Why am I so out of the
But they're not going to be performing together at Coachella because Coachella's not happening. It would have been last weekend, right? Coachella would have happened already.
Would it? Okay, well, fine. So,
unless they're doing it next year.
Oh yeah, because Gaga pushed back her album, didn't she? First, I've heard of it, but BLACKPINK's first and probably only comeback of the year, and it's a collab. I'm personally not keen, but I'm not really a fan of Gaga.
Although, to be fair, we can't really call this BLACKPINK's comeback. This is just build up to their comeback.
That has 2 likes. Olivia says, I'm just excited we're getting something. But on a serious note, I'm actually pretty excited to see how it's going to turn out, because they've all have really different styles, but that could be a thing. Could be a good thing, because it would be showcasing possibly a new side to BLACKPINK. I mean, do Gaga and BLACKPINK really have much of a different vibe?
My thoughts are, if you're going to collab with anyone and for them to respect you and your style, Lady Gaga's the one to do it. Like, Lady Gaga's not going to put someone out, because she's an artist first and foremost. So I think in terms of integrity, she's not going to force an artist onto an album that doesn't work. So I'm actually I'm really excited to hear it. I think it's going to be sick.
Jack says, I'm so excited, mainly because we've been starved of BLACKPINK content for so long. If it's handled like Rain on Me, then they'll get a nice big chunk of the song too. I imagine it will. I don't think she's just someone to...
Oh, this is going to be sick.
Collabs with Western artists of Gaga's level can surely only be a good thing to introduce BLACKPINK to more people.
Yeah.
And the second tweet, Jack says, but in the grand scheme of things, BLACKPINK are enormous in their own right and shouldn't have to collab with a Western artist just to get some mainstream recognition.
I think with that, like we said earlier, they're definitely YG are pushing them now, because I think they lapsed. Like they definitely, like it's over a year since they had a comeback. In K-pop, that is 10 years. So I think that it's not a case of needing it, but actually it's going to be very beneficial, because it's just been a long time. They've been neglected.
Yeah, this is Stephen. He says, as long as there's not a trashy dance number like the Dua Lipa track, I'm going to like it.
That was a sick song though. I think it's to everyone's taste.
Rianne says, first I'm hearing about it. I think it's a smart move. Remains to be seen how fun the collab is. I would really like to hear what you've got to say about the BLACKPINK comeback. Do you think it's going to be what you expect?
I'm so hungry for it. Like I'm hungry.
I'm here to suckle at the teat of BLACKPINK. Okay. Again, that sounds very weird.
Also, if you could, because we're testing this out, if you liked this longer style video, if you found it interesting, or if you otherwise found it boring and would like something shorter, let us know in the comments, but do it nicely, because I have a fragile ego.
If you're new here as well, make sure you press subscribe and also the bell notification button next to it. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And you can stay up to date.
That is all from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye.
But we really appreciate your support, so if you want to check out our Patreon, please check the button out down there, and we'll see you guys again next time.
Adios.
Bye.